Hey, Janet. Hi, Laverne. Sorry, I went down and got me a little blueberry muffin so that my voice would be not so scratchy. So, yeah, you lost out to a blueberry muffin this morning, Janet. um, so quit playing. So I set most of this up last night because I knew what I was going to do. I want to work on this, but I'm going to make some jelly plated deli papers first. I got a new stencil. Devin sent me one of her stencils, her new stencil, the dragon eye one. So I'm going to use that. Hi, Barbara, Miriam, Zeely, Angie. Go Muffin. It's going, gone. Hi, Pamela. So I need to, yeah, let me chew this up. Hang on. Making a couple notes here. Okay. I got things going. I live off these Post-it notes, I'm telling you. So now my camera's a little shit. Let's turn this a little. There we go. All right, let's see. Linda. Hi, Mark. Mark, I was just talking about you Monday. I was showing the little journal that I bought from you years ago when I made the Poe journal in 2019. So 5 years ago. Yeah, I was talking about the little journal that I bought. Well, I bought a couple of them, but I made the Poe journal. Oh, you sold some of your discs. Yay, Angie. Congratulations. Make more. Make more. You get better and better every time you make them. Janice says, I'm stamping and coloring my mushroom stamps. Oh, okay. Not the ones. Did you get the ones that I sent you? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking yesterday was Monday. I said the post office was closed yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. So you're welcome. I'm glad you like them. You almost bought them yourself, but you couldn't find them. Let's see. Okay, my that's one's black screen so far. We'll see how it goes. Does everything look clear though, Janet? Does everything look clear? Looks clear on my end. Hi, CK. Kristen. Who else? Yeah, okay, gotcha. Gotcha, the ones I sent. Don P, Terry Brett. Terry Brett did another illustration from the prompts. If y'all don't follow Terry Brett, there she is right there. Y'all need to follow her on IG because she makes some amazing illustrations, just like that. She's got a good imagination with those prompts. I'm telling you, y'all need to write the prompts down. You need to write them down and go check out Terry. Let's see, More Fabric, Selena. Skull Marguerite. Get a sip of my lemon water here. The ice is a little, there we go. Got to get it decrunched. I'm going to send you the store. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I don't even know if we have it available here, Selena. And I don't think it's my internet because it's not on anything else. It's not anywhere else. My what you call it, speed tests are all great. I'm not going to switch. So yeah, I don't even know if it's available here. So I appreciate it, but I'm probably not going to do that. Hubster loves his cable. We're going to keep it. So let's see. Hi, Marsh. How are you and the baby and the missus? I think I have a seed in my straw there. How you doing, Marsh? Let's see. It's available everywhere. Okay, well, I don't know that I'm going to do anything with, like I said, Hubster likes his cable, and I don't know. And I don't have any issues anywhere else. or on anything else. Stream, everything else is fine. So I don't know what it is. I'm saying it's StreamYard because it's only on StreamYard. It's only on StreamYard. Let's see. What did Kristen say? It's hard to believe. I missed something that she said. It's hard to believe. Brooke with an E. Hi, Tina. How you doing? But anyway, yeah, thanks, Selena. Hubster has his cable situation, and so yeah. Thanks for saying good morning to everybody, Tina. I think StreamYard is because all right, so it's you two. Your StreamYard stopped? Oh, you mean the black has stopped. The pausing has stopped. Well, on Monday, I only had it happen 3 times that I saw. Of course, I could have walked away or looked away because it only lasts for about 2 seconds, and then it's back. And it goes black for me, but it freezes for you guys for just like 2 seconds. If it only does it a couple times during a stream, that's okay. If it does it every 5 minutes, then I have a problem with that. So I hope everything's looking good. Is it looking okay, Janet? Hi, Becky Hernandez. The pausing has stopped for you for 2 weeks. Okay, good, Kathy. I did tell StreamYard. I've told them 4 times. So maybe they're on it. All they do is message me back and say, is it okay now? So I don't know if they're doing anything about it. That's what yours was doing too? Okay. See, it's not just me. It's not just me then. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate that. It's always nice to know because you don't know how to fix this stuff. You just don't know how to fix. Okay. Thanks, Janet. Did y'all notice I got a new background instead of the black space because I think that was messing with the camera focus, the black background. So, but the green was getting worn out. So, but the black wasn't working with the lighting. So I put this orange down. And I also made some bracelets yesterday. I made some new orange bracelets yesterday. Yeah. So yeah. Thanks, Janet. Let's see. Streamer says working for you. I've heard Riverside is great alternative. Okay, that's good to know, Marsh. I'll write that down in case it comes to that. Okay, I'm writing it down. I'm hoping that it's just that StreamYard was bought out, and I'm just hoping that they're just like getting their stuff together. You know what I mean? It just went black for me for just a second. Y'all might have not have noticed because my hand wasn't here. So that's twice now. That's twice. I'm writing that down, Marsh. Hi, Ann Makes. I know, right, Kathy? No, Kathy, I felt so bad for you that day your camera kept falling over. I'm going, oh my gosh, I've had those days over the last 14 years. Well, Kathy, but you held on like a trooper. Finally, you had to leave because I don't know. I think you just had to leave. But yeah, you held it like a trooper, Kathy, that day. Thanks, Becky Hernandez. Okay, yeah, it doesn't go black for y'all. The screen does not go black for you. We figured that out. Janet told me. She goes, it just freezes for a second. But I see it go black for about 2 seconds. Yeah. Hi, Debbie. How you doing? Debbie's been doing lots of posts on IG lately. And let's see, Tex. Hi, Tex. Who else am I missing? I hope I'm catching everybody. I try to catch everybody first thing when I first come in. And then after that, it's like hit or miss if I see you because I'm looking away and doing stuff. So that's why, excuse me, got the hiccups from the lemon water. That's why I ask y'all to put it in caps if you're talking to me. Hi, Anlar. So I just don't want to suck down a seed out of that lemon. Those lemons. So I am careful when I, drink the lemon water because the seeds do fall out of the lemons. Let's see. Have I caught everybody? Marguerite. Okay, so what we're going to do today, I put a couple little things right here because my orange background, I'm liking the orange background for the rest of the month, maybe into November, as long as it doesn't get too, painty. If it gets too painty, I will, change it again. So, I received, oh, good, Ann Makes. It's nice to know I made it up to Canada. You're welcome. Okay, CK's glad you could be able to stop in for a little bit. So, yeah, this is my little, I post on Instagram him and my Barbie, the me Barbie, and some of the little pumpkins. And I might post, I don't know what's going to be on the background here today. But anyway, I'm going to move him off to the side and the little pumpkin over here. And so I got some little pumpkins for my Barbie, for my Barbie photography. So I got this, I haven't seen Devin here yet, but I got this Dragon's Eye stencil from Devin. She sent it to me to play with. And I got some other stencils just sitting here. We'll see what we're going to do. So what I really want to do today is with the deli paper, I want to make some, well, here's some I pulled out. With the deli paper, I want to make some jelly-plated deli papers in these colors to work with. I have 6 discs that are essentially these same colors on all 6 discs. These not glued down yet. I just have it tacked down with a glue stick. But I want to make some jelly-plated deli papers to work with these 6 discs that I have started. Let me see here. Let me turn the brightness down just a little. Turn the brightness down just a tad. There we go. So I showed them on Monday. I have a bunch of them started. And so some of them will be better with these colors I'm going to make today than others. But so these are the 6 that I have started. And I have this one sitting here for my color reference. And so, yeah, we might will zoom in a little bit. Let's see here. If you have any questions, put them in caps. Well, thanks, Barbara. So, yeah, this is, this is glued down. This piece is glued down, but none of these are, we'll see, I just pop that right off there. Let me pick a glue stick here. I still haven't got any WD-40 for the chair, so just ignore the squeak. Okay, so this is going to kind of go in here somewhere. I just kind of have them tacked down until I can get to the matte medium part. Oh, thank you, Tina. Hi, Stephanie G. Let's see. Did I say hi to Tori? Tori's been working on some anime projects on IG. Y'all are free to put your, project and your. Okay, it went black again. That's the 3rd time. I'm not keeping track this time. Last week I kept track. We'll see if it levels out. So anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, you can put your IG information in there. Y'all know, it's I can't I can't look everybody up anymore. It's too distracting. It's too much. I just can't. It's just too many. And then I feel like if I miss somebody, I'm hurting people's feelings, and I don't want to do that either. So these are the colors that I got sitting right there to kind of jelly plate with. I'm not going to do a lot of fancy, if you want to see some fancy jelly plating, you can look at Devin Rex for Art, who designed this stencil. Eddie Makes Art, Carrie the Crafter, PM Artist Studios. There's a whole bunch of people that do lots of fancy pulls and layers and 20 layers of paint with their jelly plating. I don't do that because what I do with my jelly plate is use it for collage. whether I do, deli paper, regular paper, tissue paper, whatever kind of paper I'm doing on. The purpose for me is to use those papers in postcards, collage, these discs, art journaling. I use them. I tear them up and use them. So I don't do a lot of fancy jelly plating. I'm just saying. Just saying. Let's see who else is here. Did I miss anybody? Yes, right, Marsh. And I hope everybody's doing well in your family, Marsh. It's always good to see you. And then I did pull out this big journal here, this big sketchbook. Oh, look, somebody's cool sticker right there. And I'm going to brayer off in here. I'm going to brayer off. I put another sketchbook in with the sketchbook because this one was, I needed another sketchbook in the sketchbook. So, and then I rebound it. I put extra binding on there. So I got two sketchbooks in one. This is one right here. And this is another one that I put in the front. So I'm going to brayer off in this sketchbook. So it's going to sit over here while I brayer off on different sheets. So I'm just going to kind of open this up somewhere and just let me get my baby wipes. I'm going to need those. And so I can brayer off next to me over here when I'm cleaning off the brayer. And yeah, yeah, I like that sticker, Marsh. Marsh made the sticker. Hi, Judy O. Let's see my latest. I haven't posted it online. Well, I'm glad that you haven't posted it online, but we do miss you, Marsh. I hope that, I hope you're getting a little creativity squeezed in every now and then amongst your daddy duties. Daddy duties. I know you're an awesome dad though, Marsh. I know you are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Devin. This is Devin's Dragon Eye stencil. And where's my paper? Where's the paper that I do with it? So here it is. It's called Dragon Eyes, PM Artist Studio. You can get it in a couple of sizes. And she sent me this large one. And I think you get 5x7 or 8x10, the two sizes. You can get it at PM Artist Studio. And she's Devin Rex for art. Her name is Yolande. If you look for her on the website, I think it's Yolande. It might be under Devin Rex for art, either one. So look for that so you can find her stencil. I'm going to zoom in here in a minute too. So there is that. Let's put that right there. Let's see, who else am I missing? Hi, Leona. Yes, I'm trying to carve creative time back in my life. It's been a challenge. Well, between the baby and the chickens are probably taking up a lot of time too. Marsh has chickens. Well, he did last time I talked to him. He has chickens. And so, of course, y'all know I love my chicken conspiracies. The sky is falling. So I have grab it over here. Here's my chicken for the chicken conspiracies. Yeah. And just in case you don't think there's such thing as conspiracies, I'm not sure what happened to him. Anyway, let's see. Okay. I think I probably should get another little screen. Just went black again. StreamYard, please fix yourself. All right, let's see. What do I want to put down? Do I just want a piece of craft paper maybe? So that's because white paper flashes out always. Let me find let me get a piece of my roll of my. Let me get a piece of this real quick because this will be good, I think. Let me just get a little bit off this roll. When I pull these craft paper rolls out, it reminds me of, when we do our animals, usually during the holidays. like we have done Halloween ones, pumpkins and Frankensteins and stuff, but a lot of times it's at Christmas. It's at Christmas that we use the craft paper and draw animals. So maybe we need to get back to that. All right, let's see what I can do here. I just want to kind of weigh it down. I don't really need to tape it down, but I just need to have it, maybe just a little piece of tape over there because of the rolling up. So we can tape a little over here. And then down here, I'll just tape it a little bit. Hopefully just to keep it. I just don't want to, I just put that orange paper down, like just yesterday. There we go. That should work. There we go. All right. So we get all the stencils here. Where's the other ones? There they are. All right. So let's see. Put it in caps. Got any questions? Hi, Kimberly. All right. So I'm going to Gelliplate deli paper. I want to start with this. Now, I want to start pretty simple at the beginning. I want to like just some, I just want some like black, white, and like a color, nothing else. And then we'll go back and stencil. So first I'm going to just start with getting some colors, and I might do 5 or 6 of each color. And I'm trying to do the colors that are going to be in my discs. Okay. The colors that are in the disc, I'm shaking each one up over here. So I'm just going to put out a little bit of paint. Don't need too much. And get out a brayer. And again, let me get some baby wipes out, because you'll know I'm going to have to get a pack out because I think I'm getting down to the bottom there. And then over here on the side in the sketchbook, I'm going to brayer off, clean off. Let's see, I don't need that brayer right now. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, so I'm just going to start with just I just want to get some, let's just have one here to sit down on. I just want to get some paint on. See, I just want like this. I just want some paint. Nothing, no stenciling or anything yet. I just want a bunch of colors. Because remember, most of what I do with jelly plating is tear them up. Use the papers, right? So I'm going to start with just a few, like maybe 3 of each color, however much I can get off on the brayer. And deli paper is it's very inexpensive. I've got a few different kinds. I've got the brown, the white, and also a bigger size. And I put this in here to remind myself to crunch some. So crunching them up to make them, I'll do the next set that way. All right, so we got some of the sienna ones. Now let's do a few little orange ones. All right. All right. So when you have them crunched up, you get more texture, which, that's what I like when I tear them up. Now you do have to be careful when you pile them up on each other. You can, if they're real wet, you're gonna stick them together, you're gonna glue them together, and then you're gonna have a mess. So, all right. So I'm just gonna do like 3 or so of each color. You should rename your stream Let's see. No, but I don't really need to zoom in yet. I don't think. Can y'all see okay? Do you want me to zoom in? Then we lose everything around it, and all you're going to see is this. So when I'm watching other people's streams, unless they're doing detailed drawing or coloring or something, I like to see what's going on the desk. So, oh, and by the way, I'll have to message you because I want it to be a surprise, Tina, when I get it. I found a new color book. It froze again. I found a color book artist, Tina, that you'll probably like. And apparently he's been around for some years. Never heard of him. But I ordered one of his books. So I'm not sure exactly when it'll be here. Maybe a week. And but I think you'll like him, Tina. Tina colors too. So. All right. So there we go. There's some oranges. You see how it's crinkly? the crinkle makes all those cool lines in it. I'm not going to tell you. I'll message you. I want it to be a surprise when I get it. And we'll work on it here when I get it. I'll show it as soon as I get it. Yeah. Look at Tina. Who? 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 You sound like an owl, Tina. All right, so there's some oranges. Now let's do some yellow ochre. I know, Tina, but the paper is okay. You can get it in. You can get this person's color books in hardback and paperback. And apparently the paperback is Amazon paper, but the hardbacks, which I bought for like, I think they're $3 or $4 more than the paperback ones, has a little bit better paper than the paperback one. So I got the hardback. So I only got one. I think he's got 16 books out, Tina. 16. Now you can go do some research and see what you can find out. All right, Dad. Oh my gosh. I just found it. I mean, it was just in my sidebar. I'm telling you, I love sidebar recommendations. Some people go, oh, it's all those recommendations. I like the sidebar recommendations on YouTube because I find cool people. You know what I mean, Vern? Now we're going to add some more stuff to this. I'm just, I'm going to do a bunch of black because on top of the black, I want to do some of these colors. But I just thought I would do, I'd go ahead and do like 3 or so of each one here. I think I can get one more out of this. I mean, these come in 1,000. I think there's 1,000 in a box. You're never going to run out. What's a sidebar? When you're watching a video, not a live, because you have the chat there when you're live. But when you go to watch a recording and you see the side and you see a whole bunch of different people's different videos on the sidebar, those are recommendations that YouTube thinks you need to know about. So yeah, I could probably do some pretty cool things in my yes. And what's cool, Marsh, is, and I do this as well with some not with the deli papers, but with regular papers. It's fun to jelly plate and then draw and make things out of what you've pulled, but there's like, I don't know, like Devin, like I said, Eddie, PMR Studios, they'll do layers and layers with stencil after stencil after stencil and layers and colors, and they look amazing. I'm not going to do that very much. I mean, I might try a few if Devin talks me through it, but I'm going to tear these up. And I feel like once I work on those 20 layers of beauty, I'm going to tear it up because that's how I use my jelly plates. Okay, let's see. Let's do a couple of greens here. And you notice I'm not cleaning this up because that doesn't matter. It's going to be, I'm going to do, they're going to be torn up and used. And sometimes, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to do this over here in my sketchbook. All right, let's see. Where my, okay. Sprays, pulls, remnants, bags, draw what you see. Yeah. And, if you can also do this kind of free form design kind of thing by doing the smack and dragon, which would, when we put spray down inks on a non-porous surface, like a plastic surface, and smack and drag your papers through the ink, and then you get all these cool textures and shapes and stuff. Those are fun to draw into. Okay, I like this. I like because it's acrylic paint rather than ink or watercolor or water-based paints, because I'm going to use it in my collage. Like, here we go. This is what I'm going to use them on. And then I'm going to want to varnish it. Well, you can't varnish. Well, you can spray. You can do some things to try to protect it before you varnish it. But even by spraying a watercolor or Neocolor 2 water soluble crayons and stuff, you have to be very careful because when you spray it, you're reactivating. So that's why I like acrylics. They're waterproof once they dry. Cindy, Susan, anybody else coming in? All right, so I'm going to just do a couple more. Now, I am wrinkling them because it gives you more texture. And we're going to do some other things with these. I just want to kind of get rolling here. Get rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep that jelly plate rolling. Okay, so there's some colors. Now, I'm going to do some black, and then I'm going to do colors with stencil on top of it. I'm going to start with Devon's stencil, although I have some other stencils over here too. All right, so let's go. And I have other colors here. I got some browns. I got this green. I got the azo gold. I have some other things here. And orange. Oh, I already did orange. But anyway, I have some of those same colors that are in here, sitting here to use. And then I got my metallics. I pulled my gold, my copper. I didn't pull silver. I just pulled gold and copper because I want those colors, you know. Okay. So let's go ahead and do black. And most of the time I use my Americana Deco Art Americana. You know, I do have tons of the tubes, you know, like, heavy bodied acrylics as well. And I use those. The only time I really use those is on the Gelliplate because they have a binder in them that can make them shiny, and color pencil does not work well over artist grade, heavy body, you know, the nice expensive acrylics. Color pencil resists those binders, where there's in these craft paints, they're matte and color pencil goes over them like a dream. Y'all seen my demos on that. All right, so let's go ahead and put some black. And then let's do a few, and then we're going to put stencil and color over that. These are just some colors I can, you know, we'll do some different things with it. All right, so let's go ahead and do some, if y'all see Devin come in, I want to shout her out on her stencil. Okay, so there we go. And I got my little baby wipes sitting right over here, so when my fingers and hands get too coated, I can just kind of put them off. Okay, so there. Now I'm going to do a couple where there's not wrinkles because I'm going to add some, the texture will be from the stencil. So let's just let's do a few sheets. See, look. Amazing. So let me do a few of these because I'm going to want to do a few colors on top. All right. All right, let's put a little more black down. I'm going to do a few. I do have to be careful that I'm not going to glue these together. Sitting over here, I don't want them to, you know, kind of like letting them sit kind of easy on each other so they don't stick together. All right, let's see. Say hi, Cindy, Susan. And Megs, did you miss anything? No, I'm just jelly plating some tissue, jelly plating deli papers. And then we're going to stencil on them in a minute. Okay, so right now I'm just getting some backgrounds on there and trying not to stick them together. Okay, I think this will be enough to start. We can make more. Okay, taking my brayer over to the sketchbook and brayering off. Okay, we'll start with this. All right, now I want to do a couple different ways of using the stencil. Let's start with, let's see, let's do some orange. Will be nice and bright and you can see it. All right, so now I'm going to put down some orange. No, I should have put down the stencil first. Well, I should have put down the stencil first. Let me go ahead and clean this off. I don't want to do that. Let's just go ahead and clean this off. I want to put the stencil down first. But look, there's some orange and black together. Put a couple colors and you can make some cool ones too. I just like it for the textures, for the, you know. landscapes and textures. Okay, now I'm going to take, let's turn this sideways because the dragon eye is kind of going this way. I'm going to put this down. And then I'm going to put, now let's see, maybe, yeah, let's go ahead and do orange again because then we'll do a green. All right, so now, yes, I know it froze for a second. All right, so now I'm going to do this. I'm going to do two different things. Whoops. I'm going to first take one of the black sheets here. Hopefully it's dry enough. We'll see. So they're going to start sticking together. I got to be careful. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to pick up some of the orange. I think this might still be wet. I should have picked a drier one, but we'll see. We'll just keep rolling. We're going to just make some textures here. So I'm going to get some in there. And then I want to pick up around the edge. So I'm just going to take a piece here just to pick up so that I'm not going to make too much of a big mess. Too late. All right, so now let's peel that up. All right, so there's, see how you get just different textures with different, whether it looks exactly like the stencil or not. Look at the texture. Isn't that awesome texture? All right, now I'm going to pick this up and let's see what we can do. Now I'm going to take another black sheet. Let's just get one in here that's got kind of a, here we go, this one. And I'm going to put it on top and we're going to pick that stencil up. Again, if you want this exact, real crisp, clear dragon eye, then you can do that by just rolling out the paint, doing the stencil by itself on a nice clean plate. Hi, Joanne. All right, so there we go. Okay. All right, now I'm going to have to put some of these down on the floor because they're going to start sticking. And I'm going to have to make some, as long as Malibu's not over here. All right, let's see. Let's put, let's go ahead and put some, let's put some black down and then put the orange on top. Okay, so now we're going to put a little of the black. And depending on which system you go with, like what layer you start out with, whether you start out with the stencil, a background, or put the stencil down and then the paint. There's so many different ways you can do it. I'm not too particular. I just kind of try. I just try to go different things to try to get different textures. But I do like this dragon eye, and there may be some times where I want just to have it look like a dragon eye. Do I hear somebody drive up out there? I don't know. Hang on. Do I hear a car? Yeah, Hubster's home. He stayed home yesterday. Oh no, I think he stayed home yesterday. He had a head cold, but I think he's here. Oh wait, I think is Oliver outside? No, I think he's in. I think we have some ginormous ferns out in our front yard, and he's bringing a couple of the guys from work to go take the ferns to work to put out in the lobby for the winter because they're huge, big ferns and they're awesome, and we don't want them to die in the winter. So he takes them to work and puts them in the window in the lobby. It decorates the lobby, and then they can live through the winter. And I think that's why he's here today. Because I said, no, he was feeling good this morning, so I don't think he's homesick. So there we go. See? Isn't that cool? Janet's scavenger hunt is January the 1st. Unless she's probably already answered you, Anina. Janet does the scavenger hunt on New Year's Eve, and you have to have it finished. You have 3 months. You have January, February, and March. It's usually done. You have to have it done by April the 1st. Usually. So, yeah. Hi, Q&L. Anybody else coming in? I'm not trying to keep my hands too clean, but I don't want, yeah. All right, so let's see. Maybe I can get a little bit more out of this. Let's see. Let's try another color. Let's go some gold. Let's take some gold. I'm just going to leave that there. Put a little gold on here. That's not the gold I wanted. This is the gold I wanted. That's okay. We'll do that on the next one. All right, so I'll put some gold. And the nice thing about the deli paper is it's so thin and you can get right in those little crevices and stuff really easy. See how it's kind of pushing right into the crevices? Again, guys, I am no jelly plate expert. I just play with it and just try to get textures. So if you want to see real jelly platers, y'all feel free to recommend your favorite ones. I like Devon, but put your favorite jelly plater people in the comments and recommend people that y'all like. Okay. All right. So there's some gold now. See, that would look good on black right there. Let's see. Let me put that on the floor. Hang on. Black one here. Let's put this other gold, the one I wanted. This one's a brighter gold. That one's almost empty. I need to get out another jar, bottle, jar, whatever. All right, so now let's go with this one that has like a more solid black on there. And we're going to work on the collage in a little bit. It's fun to see how shades of gold there are. Yes, there are lots of different golds. I think I have 3 different golds in the Deco Art Metallic. This one's Emperor's Gold. This to me is the best gold of the ones that Deco Art puts out, the Emperor's Gold. Of course, y'all know I use these in color books too, these paints. All right, so there we go. All right, there we go. See the textures? Perfect for collage. Now you gotta let it dry or I'll hit it with the heat tool to dry them. All right, so now let's take this off. Look at the dragon eyes there. All right, let's see. Let's get one of the black papers that's kind of solid. This one's kind of, let's see what happens with this one. And I do have my Baron, but I don't want all this paint on my Baron because I'm being a mess today. So all right, let's just get some of it off here. See if I can pick up that. There we go. Cool, right? This gives me an idea. I should tell my hubby to take our huge ferns. Yes, so they live through the winter. I mean, the best we can do in the winter here is put them in the garage. We can put them in the garage, but they die back quite a bit. They don't live that well in the garage. So if he takes them to the office and puts them in the lobby, and they're heavy, that's why you had to have a couple guys. I mean, they're in pots like this big and about that deep, and they're very heavy. And Hubster's back is not the best. Do not lift that by yourself. Get the guys to lift it. All right, so let's see here. Is there enough on there to pick anything else up without doing anything? Let's just see what we can pick up here with another one. Now, see? So it doesn't necessarily have to look like the original stencil every time to have it a nice something happen to make something with. Okay, so let's see. This is the quinacridone nickel azo gold, and this is a very cool. It's like rust almost, and it's thin, and it's almost like you're painting with rust. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put the stencil back down. Let's go over this with this paper. I need some more solid black papers. I'm running out here, or we can use some of the orange ones. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, so that just gave us a little bit, but look, it looks like a tree forest, doesn't it? Look, like a birch trees or something. I was confused when I got my first 150 gram prism set. Couldn't see why you'd use all those different degrees of. Now you know why. Yeah, and all the grays are awesome, Tina. I should do some grays. But here again, what I was trying to do was use greens, oranges, golds, the colors in my disc, so that I can show you that I'm going to use them, So let's see. Let's pull that up and let's see what we can do here. I don't really have another black one. It probably isn't going to show up very well, but we'll go ahead and pull with this. This is the last black one I have sitting here. So we'll just pick up some of that nickel. There we go. See, the color is cool, but it needs to be on the dark black. And I can always pick any of those back up again. Any of these sheets that I've already, worked on, pick them back up and add more stuff to them. All right, so now let's see what I want to do. Let's go ahead and put some, let's do a couple different ways. I'm going to pick a different stencil here. Let's go with, I'm going to pick a couple, let's put a couple down. Put this one down and this one down. And we'll do a couple at a time here. All right, now I'm going to put some black on top because I want the black to show on here. Oh, look at what I just did. Made a big blob. All right, let me get some fresh baby wipes. I have to get out another. Pack. That pack's almost empty. All right. Let's see. Fun printing. What color? I want that color. Tired of getting it and didn't see it. You mean the Azo Gold? This color? Yeah. My screen again. Hopefully my quality, I mean, I know it's, for me, it's going black every now and then, but I hope the quality of it's staying. If y'all make sure that you look at the settings and make sure that you've clicked that you're on 1080p, because I am streaming in 1080p. It looks great for me, from my end. So if it knocks you back to a kind of, it starts looking fuzzy or something, go make sure that StreamYard or YouTube, whichever, when you're watching it, didn't knock you back to like 144 or something. Go into the little setting wheel. It's a little wheel. Go into it and click 1080 because that's what I'm streaming at. Okay. Oh, I was going to spray her off into my sketchbook. Oh, I forgot again. All right. So let's see here. Let's, oh wait, I got the stencils down there. All right. Let's take some orange. Let's take some of this orange here. Let's do it this way because I can get two on here. Let's get this one and this because I have two different stencils down here, and this will just like clean up all the edges too. So, and this is where when there's no paint showing, where you can take your Baron and do this with it and everything. I just don't want to get it all jacked up with paint because I love that Baron. Anthony. I'm trying to think of his last name. One of y'all can tell me if you know. On Etsy, he sells these. He makes these different Barons for printer Barons or rub, your plates and things. But I got this one because I love the little color wheel on top. Anthony Cody. Thank you. Thanks, Jen. Anthony Cody. And there's all different kinds. It's so cool. Some have stones on top and all different things. Very cool. Okay, there we go. All right, see, this is what I like. I like this effect. Where it's just, it's not really, can't really tell anything. But now I'm going to use those same stencils. I'm going to pull these up. And I'm going to go ahead and put these down just to pick up some more shapes, if you will. Okay, let's see what we got here. And I know it looks like a hot mess, but when you tear these up and use them in your collage, there's just, really nothing like it because it's just so random. So random. All right, now I am going to need some greens. I'm going to need some greens for my collage here. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to take these. I got 3 greens in here, and I'm going to take a darker green. Let's try the green gold. Let's put down the green gold. I'm just going to put it right over that black. It may or may not be dry enough to do something with, but I just want to pick up some of that color. Maybe I should put the dragon eye down. Let's just see what happens. All right, let's put the dragon eyes down. Now let's go ahead and pick up some of this. I think that's upside down. Hi, Susan. Did I say hi to you? Let's see. I was going to call you Velcro. Velocity. Is it velocity? I can either call you Velocity or Velcro. Velcro Velocity. The combo name. That's a good combo name. Very sci-fi. Velocity Velcro. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what happens. So I just picked up a little bit, but I need that color. So now let's pick up the dragon eye here. Now I'm just going to go right back in with these same ones. See how they look like kind of like scales? All right, so I'm just going to pick all this up because I need some of this color for my disc. So I'm going to have some of this, this kind of olive green color or this green gold color. All right, let's see what we got. All right, there we go. See? But I'm probably going to need it on black. Well, now that one turned out good. That's got a lot of stuff I can use in that one. All right, so let's go ahead and put down some black. I'm going to put down some black. I'm going to make a few more black sheets, I think. Let me just make some more black sheets for my collage over here. All right, let's see here. Has anyone done a video showing the difference in the different adhesives? I have a hard time getting my papers glued on my collage. I use golden matte medium almost exclusively, unless it's just like a little something, a little piece of something. Then I'll use, I've been using this lately, the art glitter glue for little things. But overall, like for this big background here and everything, I glue everything down with golden matte medium, and I have for years and years and years and years. But that's my favorite. That's my favorite glue. It froze again. I'm going to have to put in it wasn't a good day StreamYard report. Let's see. Angie said, because I didn't ask. You don't have to, anybody can make wood disc, Angie. You're not you're not printing out mine and printing, you know what I'm saying. You don't have to ask permission to make discs. All right, there we go. So there's a couple. I'm going to make a couple more. I'm going to make a couple more black papers, and then I'm going to put some of the green. I think I'm going to have to dry those, though. I'm going to have to dry them. Otherwise, it won't pick up the green, or you won't see it. It won't show. So let's go ahead and just do a couple of these here. All right, let me go ahead and take my brayer over here to the side. Brayer off in that sketchbook. All right, let's see here what we got. All right. All righty. Got a few of those. I can, let's see. Yeah, they're going to start sticking together because I did put that on that black on pretty thick. So let me plug in all right, let me go real quick, go wash my hands. It's starting to get a little thick. Hang on. They don't have to be spotless. I just don't want to be pulling paint all over the place. All right, so there we go. Now let me plug in my heat gun. All right, see, this is how my stuff gets like this, and all painty. That's why my mouse looks like this. All right, let me go ahead. Let me move this to the side for a second, and let's dry these real quick. Hi, Paula. Anybody else I miss? What brand of deli paper? It really doesn't matter. It's all pretty much the same. I've had this probably 10 years. I don't even know if they have this brand out anymore. Just put in deli paper. It's all pretty much the same. Bag Craft. put in bakery tissue. And I have the brown as well. I'm not using that today, but I have the brown color as well. But it's all pretty much the same. Just put in, you know, bakery tissue, deli papers, and you can get 1,000 of them. You know, they're all pretty much the same. Paul, I'm making them to use in this piece right here. Which none of this is, the only thing glued down is the background here. None of this is glued down. It's just tacked down with a glue stick. I'm going to remove all those and put jelly plated papers down and blend it all in and make a collage. Like, I don't know, some of y'all may not have seen some of my, let me find one here. Let's pull one. Here's one. Now, this is not the same colors, of course, but here's one of my collage discs, and it's varnished and completed. So this kind of thing, and I edge the thing in gold. I paint the backs and everything. So I know it's a little flashed out, but I think you can kind of see. So I have a whole bunch of them. I've shown them. Let's see. Let me find a different. These three right here. These three. There's the little one. And we did these ancient civilization ones here a few weeks ago. This one and this one, different sizes, and this little one. So, but I have a lot of them back in here. Let's see. Where's one of my favorites? I got two. Let me show you these last two here that I like. This one's just got birds. I did another freeze thing. Here's these birds. Let me turn down the brightness just a tad. There we go. This bird one. And this one. This is one of my favorites. My upside down world. So. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I have 6. So if y'all missed at the beginning, I showed I'm working on 6 different ones that are in this forest vibe, and I'm gonna do that one today. All right, let's see. Where was I? Oh, did I finish drawing these? Is that one dry enough? Let's see. I think they might be dry enough to put some green on there. Okay, let's move this. All right. You like the bird, but love the thanks, Angie. What do you do? Where do you, the discs? I get them at Hobby Lobby, and they come in a 6-pack. Regardless of the size, they come in a 6-pack. If you haven't been around for a while, I just did buy some more of these because I did send out 16 of these. I did 16 of these last week and sent them out to y'all for giveaways. So I do these tiny ones as well. And they're just wood. They're in the balsa wood section. And wait till they go on sale. They're on sale right now for half price. But you can get them about every 3rd week. They go on sale for, it's either 40 or 50% off. So wait till they go on sale. They're not that expensive. I mean, I think the big ones, I think, are $10 normally for 6. I think something like that. I don't remember exactly. I haven't bought the big ones in a while. What are the discs? They're wood, Paula. They're wood, like kind of like balsa wood, kind of. They're wood. What's the size? The small ones? Well, I think there's 2 different sizes. I got the, I think this is the larger of the 2. It is, let me get my ruler. 4 inches. These are 4-inch rounds. I think they also come in 3-inch rounds. All right, let's put down some of the green. And then we'll put the stencil. No, do we want to put the stencil first? Maybe. Let's go and put the stencil. We'll do it both ways. Let's put the stencils down, put the green on, and then put the black papers that are on top. again, I just want to, these are going to be all chopped up, torn up, and used in my collage. Okay, let's get some of these black papers here. Let's do this one. There's this one sitting here. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see if this green shows up on the black. Otherwise, I'll just have to make some green ones because I need that green. I need some of green, this green or a couple shades of green for my collage papers. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's got some green in it. It's hard, might be hard to tell on camera, but it's got some green in it. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to pick these up and let's clean off my sprayer over in my sketchbook over there. And let's just put down some more green. I just want more of this green. And then we could put Devin's dragon eyes back on here. Let's see. Hi, Joyce. Susan C. You do new, well, you'll probably like Janet's. Janet does a lot of neurographic type, watercolored, Zentangle, doodly type stuff. Velcro. I don't know. It's not Velcro, but I just want to call you Velocity Velcro, and especially since you got what's the kind of dino there? Velop something raptor. But anyway, there's Janet's channel. If you follow Janet Velocity, she does a lot of that kind of stuff on her channel. Okay, let's see here. Let's pick, let me get some of these black ones here. Let's go with this. And let me pick up here's another one. Let's see if we can pick up any of that green through the dragon eye here. Velcro, you like Velcro better than Velocity? Okay. All right, let's see. See, it picked up a little bit. Picked up just a little bit there. All right, now I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just put those same papers back down here and just pick up some more of the green. All right. I'm going to do a few more little bits here, and then we're going to make sure they're nice and dry, and then I'm going to glue them down and start tearing up more. And then I paint everything in. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, it picked up enough green. It's got a green shimmer sheen to it. It may be hard to see on camera, but I do see, like right in there, you can see it. It's got that green in there that I really want. All right, but I really want a little bit too of some red or I don't know about the nickel azul. Let's just get a couple sheets of just this. Let's just get a couple sheets of just solids here. We'll do a few just solid. Let's wrinkle it up, make some wrinkles. Thanks, Tina. Let's get a couple of these. This color. And see, it does kind of come through the tissue a little if you put a lot of paint on, it can kind of seep through a little bit. So be aware. You're going to make a mess when you jelly plate. Keep your baby wipes handy, or just go wash your hands every now and then. All right, so there we go. I'm just going to get as much off of there as I can. Yeah, see some of this color. That's good right there. This and those greens, and I probably have enough. So let me just go ahead and dry these. Maybe let's see, let me clean the brayer off. Get one more. Use this up. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I haven't posted yet. I would have paint on those long. Well, I do have a little bit of paint. Like, these are my work shirts. So they do get a little bit. This is from a time before, because acrylic will stain. You're not going to wash it out unless you get it like immediately. But this is my work shirts. Okay, so here we go. We got that. We got a little bit here. Those are both good too. All right, so let's just go ahead now and let me clean this off a little. I mean, I don't really clean. I kind of try to, but I really don't because I'm not ever doing anything. So I don't want to call it perfect because nothing's perfect on Gelliplate, but it doesn't matter to me that there's stuff on there. Okay, so let's move this off here. I also have the little ones. I have the little square, the little circle, the little the little triangle. I have those little ones, which are good for smaller things. All right, let's see. Now, do I need to probably dry? Let me go ahead and dry some of these a little bit here. Hang on. Let's just go ahead and pick up some of this. Let me pick up my stencils here. And I might use them after I glue stuff down. We'll see. So I'm just going to move these on the floor. Cat's not in here right now. This is a brayer off sheet. Those are good too. All right, I want to dry these that I'm going to use though. All right, let's move this off the table. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, here's that red I was looking for. I might use that still. And to be honest, I probably have some of these papers. I've got bags and boxes and bins full of, let's see, where's mine? Here, let me show you this one. This is a current one I'm working out of. Look, I probably have the colors I need in here, including some of this green paper that I took off my desk. I'll pull that too. So it's not like I don't have other, look, right there. There's some of the same colors that I'm using right now. So it's not like I needed to make more today. I probably could have dug through there and pulled some, but I thought I would show y'all, I thought I'd show y'all what I do, how I make these and what I do with them. Okay. Well, I'm using, in this case, in these discs, I've been using either Collage Soup or Poor Toast Cake Curry images. I think all these are Poor Toast images here. But I've done some that are Collage Soup. And then I also, I'll stop for a second here. Let me pile these up. I've been working in my collage. I started a new collage and trust me, I got 10, 20, well, I don't even know how many. All total, I've got hundreds of journals. But this is my newest one that I've been working in for the same type of vibe of what I've been doing with these. And I've done them for a lot of years. But I started a whole journal just with this kind of varnish look, I have my altered abandoned book journals too. And I'm not pulling those out today. I pulled those out a lot, but like this one, this is a Collage Soup one. And I think I have 5 total that we've done in this book. This one. Hi, Mama 4. I mean the final picture. Do you see? Oh, okay, the final picture. Well, I kind of have an idea of where it's going, but you never know exactly because collage is so imperfect. In mixed media collage. Now, if you're doing traditional collage where you're not doing any paint, you're just cutting out images and just using images to make a scene, that's more perfect. if you will. I hate that word. I hate using the word perfect in art, but anyway, it's more exact. It's more exact when you're just cutting things out and making a scene with no paint. But all my collages they're all mixed media. My abandoned, altered books, all my work is mixed media. It's very rarely. I've made a few postcards. I've made a few postcards where it's just images, and then the forest book I started doing just images, but it probably won't last. It probably won't last. But like this is you can kind of see here, this is the kind of the same thing that I'm doing on the big discs. So this is my current collage book. But I mean, I do so many different kinds of things. Like I'll just because it's sitting right here, I have just where it's just play, where it's just all kinds of just all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I flip through these all the time. But I've got tons of journals that they're all different, but they're collage mixed media. I'm not going to go there. Don't make me, because I'll get sidetracked. That's easy for me to go on a rabbit trail. All right, let me draw these few right here. They're kind of sticking. And I love to do in magazines and my abandoned books. I call it reverse collage, where I'm painting away the background in a piece, like a magazine image or the abandoned books. And I say abandoned books because that's what they are, like abandoned castles, abandoned places, abandoned, they are literally abandoned places books. And I paint them out. I paint out the borders, the text, the background. I paint things out. And I call it reverse collage. Okay, thanks, Angela. I just like to answer questions when I see them. Okay, let's see. Yep, see, they're still wet. Let me dry these few right here. I think these are dry. That one's dry. And like I said, I'm over here with my big journal. I'll move it now because I think I'm done brayering off. But I'm using this big sketchbook, which is a double sketchbook, and I'm brayering off in here. But I've got tons of these kind of books too that I keep my actual sketches and drawings and stuff in. Okay, so now let's see. Let's move this brayer too. Both those brayers. Let me stack up my papers from the floor. Like this gold one. Okay, so we have a good bit here, plus all these. I'll move those to the bottom. We'll use these. We're going to use this. Okay, let's move that. Let me get some more. I think I need to fill up my baby white packs here. Janet bought me, she couldn't stand to see the messy painted box that I had. She bought me this box to refill my baby white packs in, but it doesn't stay clean long. I mean, come on. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and I haven't seen CB yet, but if y'all see CB, today's her birthday. Happy birthday, CB. I did tell her happy birthday on Facebook, but if she comes in, y'all see CB, y'all wish her a happy birthday. Today is CB's birthday. All right. Again, the Dragon Eye stencil, you can buy this at PM Artist Studio. This is Devin Rex for Art, Delon. This is her newest release through PM Artist Studio. So, and they've got tons of stencils and foam stands. I want to use the chickens more. Paula's still here. I do have her chickens. Here's some of my foam stamps here, the chickens. I think there's 6 in it. Paula designed these chickens. I love me some conspiracy chickens, so I had to get the chickens. I should print some of these out for Marsh, because Marsh has actual chickens. I'll send some chickens to Marsh and his wife. But yeah, these Paula designed these. I don't know if she's still here either. Let's see. She does that on purpose. What do I do on purpose, Janet? Are you talking to me? Oh, you mean showing the messy? No, I don't really do it on purpose, Janet. My hands are just so, painty. There's Paula. Paula's the one that designed. Same place. You get these at PM Artist Studios. Paula designed these chickens. And I haven't used the bats yet, but I got the bats. I did use Miriam's flowers. Miriam, Art Curious Miriam. She designed 5 flower stems. I've used these. I used these last week. I got some spider webs for corners of ATCs. I got some Carry the Crafters. Oh, and Devin, she also did these chairs. I got Devin's chairs as well. I think there's 4. Is there 4 chairs or 3? Is there 4 chairs or 3? I'm only seeing 3. I thought there was 4. I thought there were 4 chairs. I'm only seeing 3. Maybe I have one in another drawer. But Devin also designed, maybe there's only 3. Devin designed these chairs as well. So if you like foam stamps, there's those chairs. I got some Carry the Crafter. Here's Carry the Crafter's newest hydrangea. This is one of my favorite stencils. And Carry the Crafter designed these numbers. I love these numbers. Maybe I should use some of those. Or I don't know. I like this. Maybe I'll use some of this today. I also bought the trees. I have the trees here. I have a bee. I have some birds. Little floral leaves. I don't use them as much as I should, but I love me some chickens. I love me some chickens, Paula. I'm going to leave this out because I might use that. We'll see. To add a little bit more texture, I'll use Carry the Crafter's I think it's a hydrangea. Is Miriam coming in? There she is. There's me, and there's Devin. We're talking about you, and I've been using your dragon eye. It probably doesn't look like the dragon eye much, Devin, because I've been layering and layering. And I was telling everybody, when I'm doing jelly plated stencil work, it is to tear up. This is all going to be torn up, and we're going to put it on here. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Let me move some of my paints back here out of the way as much as I can. Just push them back. I have my little lights right behind them there. I got my little fairy lights behind the paints right there. All right, so this is what we're going to do next. So let's put that over here. And this is what was on my desk. It was getting torn. And so, but this is good for collage. So I kept this for collage along with what we're going to do today, these. All right, so let's see. I think maybe I should zoom in 1, turn down the brightness just a little. Let's zoom in 1. Turn down the brightness just a tad. There we go. That looks pretty good. Hopefully it'll stay good. I've been drinking all this lemon water. Let me do a BRB real quick, guys, before I get into the collage process. I'll be right back. Okay, I got a little bit more of the paint off my hands, but the golden quinacridone, these right here, these stain your hands real easy, kind of like inks stain your hands. So it didn't wash off too much. Let me dry my hands a little better. Thanks Okay, and Devin comes on today at 2:30. Is that correct? And I think Ann was here a little while ago. Ann comes on, I think, at 12:30 or 1. Devin comes on at 2:30 Eastern. Y'all promote yourselves. Feel free. Okay, so again, I have this paper covering my orange paper so that we can kind of keep it neat. Let's see what we're going to do now. I am going to need some matte medium. Hang on, let me find going under the table to find a little tray. A little thing for some matte medium and some paint. I guess I could use this. Let's see. Here's one. This one's good for matte medium. All right. All right, let me get out some matte medium. So this is what I use for my glue in my collage. And I put a bag over it so you don't glue the lid to it. I pour out a little. I don't need much at the moment. That's probably enough for the minute. I can always pour out more. Okay, let's put that behind me. Get a brush. Get the brush wet. And I did clean it. I did get fresh water behind me back there. All right, let's see here. I think I'll use, because this is, I'll use this because it's not a lot of the room. All right, let's see what we want to do now. All right. I'm coming tomorrow at noon. Okay, yeah, feel free, y'all, to promote yourselves, what days you're coming on, times, and all that. All right, now these are just stuck down with a glue stick. And I'm just going to kind of just move them off right now. They're just kind of in the general area where I want them. This little one here. Whoops, that was a little ran my fingernail over that. Sorry, guys, that squeaked. That was loud. That gave me the chills. All right, so I'm just going to move these off. This one off here. All right, so this is the only thing right now that I have glued down is this. And so let's see what I want to do here. So I'm going to get, see, I won't keep this. I won't keep those edges. I want some of this, and I think I want some of this gold that's over here. Some of this. And I want torn edges, not cut edges. And I've told y'all this before, torn edges are much easier to blend in than cut edges. All right, I want that. And I want a little bit of this color here. I want this one. Maybe just a little. And then I'm going to paint. I'm going to also paint in there. So, you know, who knows what it's going to look like at the end of the day. Thanks, Janet. There's Miriam's channel. All right, let's just see what I can lay out here. Again, a lot of it's going to be covered up, painted in, painted over. Right now, I'm just kind of laying it out. I want some of this gold in there. Maybe around the edge. See, this is around the edge where I'm going to paint black around the edge is where I'd want to put some more of, you know, Carrie the Crafter's stencil there. I mean, a stamp. Let's see, I kind of want that there. Let's see, do I want just a little, maybe some little hints of some orange in here? Not too much, just a little. It's probably going to be painted in or out or around. So we're going to put some of this in here. Maybe a little here. I'll probably put something else under this. I might put some water down here. I don't know. But for now, let's just put some of this there. You're going to see how much is all covered up. All right, I'm going to need some more green. Let's see what I got over here. Here we go. Some more greens here. All right, let's put this on there. I think I don't, the green, it's making the green is making the light coming through the orange kind of disappear. So I think I'm going to just do it like this. I'm going to do it like this so that the orange is not right on top of the green, because then I lose that light that's coming through, the white coming through there. So I don't want to do that. So let's just put some of the green and then some of the orange and then some of the green. This, and then this will go on top. And there. Same thing over here. Let's put some of the green, the orange, the green. Like that. Maybe some green there. Maybe something like this. All right, I think I'm going to roll with this to start with. Need something down here. Maybe a little orange down here. Not looking at chat, so hopefully we're still with the tour. Something like that. Okay. Okay, there's our background. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Did I say hi to you, Kimberly? All right. Now, where's my brush? What did I do with my brush? Oh, here it is over here. All right. So now I'm just going to start down here on the bottom. And I'm just going to put down the matte medium. Now, I usually on any images like this, I'll put down the matte medium, put it on the back, and then put it over the top. With these wrinkly tissue thin papers, I don't really need to put it on the back to make it smooth, because this doesn't have to be smooth, but I will put it over the top like this, okay? And then anything hanging over the edge, I will trim after I dry it. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Then I have get a card, and I do this with everything. I mean, I want it smoothed out and I want it stuck well. So I'll smooth it out with the card, and especially important when you're doing your images like this, if you don't want any wrinkles. There's no wrinkles. This is perfectly flat and smooth here, this big piece, because I've smashed it down. I smashed it down with, see, I really want to do this on the back. Smashed it down with the card. Okay, so let's just keep rolling here. A little here, a little there. And again, I'm going to be painting on top. Maybe that come over this way. Okay. Whoops. So you got to be careful not to catch it. I caught that up on the edge. Okay, now let's do this piece. I'm not looking at chat for a second, guys. I really want to kind of concentrate on this. I want it very foresty looking, right? Okay, let's go over here. And sometimes I don't even do this much collaging. I mean, what do you call it? Tissue paper or other kind of papers like this. Sometimes I just do a lot more paint, which there's going to be paint on this too. So it just depends, you know, depends on what I feel like, how much I want to put down, or if I want to put down more than collage. And again, anything over the edge, I'll just cut that off here in a little bit. All right, let's move these out of the way for a second. Right. I think I want it the other way. No, I need it this way. It's got to fill up that space. Okay. Maybe a little piece of green right in there. Oops, gotta be careful not to peel it off. Okay, there's a start there. All right, now, do I want to paint? Let's see, what do I want to do next? Do I want some of this? I think I want some of this right here. Some of this in here. All right. So I am putting it on the back of these images. And over the top. And you really want to, mash these cutouts down because they will wrinkle, they will bubble. If you don't do this step, you will have wrinkles and bubbles, which some people don't care. I don't want wrinkles and bubbles. Okay, let's see. Oops, don't pull that up. How far do I want this in? I think I'll just have it right about there. But you do want to take your time when you do this. I do kind of hurry. During the stream, but you don't have to hurry when you're doing it by yourself. So I want it to be very, deep foresty. And again, I'm going to start painting in and around. And all right, let's see. Where do I want this exactly? Maybe right there. Kind of right there, right next to that little frog. Okay. Do you collage matches or clothing? I did make new bracelets. I made new fall bracelets yesterday. These orange ones. Yeah, I made those yesterday. Jolu. Just had a text. Anybody else I missed? All right, let's see what else. What's next? This right here, I think. And I don't paint the back until after I've completely done this and varnish it, because paint and varnish and everything will get on the back of this. And so I want to do that the very end. The very last thing I do is the varnish. The back. Okay. I might dig around and find a gnome. I might want a little gnomey in here to give it a little bit of life in here. I need to find a little gnomey. And a lot of times I put watches and clocks because y'all know I love doing time, elements of time. But, like in these forests, it's like time kind of stops, in these forests. All right, let's see. Let me wipe off my brush until I'm ready to, and just kind of wrap it up in a baby wipe so it doesn't crust over for a few minutes. Whoops, let me wipe some of this up. All right, so let's go ahead and dry this, trim it, and then I'm going to look around for a gnome or two. All right, hang on. Hi, Flo. And the collage papers are subtle. You know, sometimes there's more, you know, bigger space and more room for more. Sometimes there's less. Like this one right here, when I get to her, let me see here. Where is she? This one? Yeah. When I get to this one, look how much space I have. So I'll have lots of room for like some of the like gold. Let me find one of the gold ones here. Oh, over here. So there'll be more room for like this orange. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'll be using a lot more papers on this one because there's more empty space to use these on. All right, so I'll keep those, not this, trash this. I don't keep every little tiny piece. There's no way I could organize it. So, all right, let's put this to the side. All right. All right, let's see. Let me go ahead and trim. And trim off going on the back here. Don't forget those. Oh, thanks, Flo. I'm just going to trim off, go all the way around here. And you can also sand these. After you trim them, if you can sand them down on the edges, like I did last week with the little ones, you can sand them down and it helps it really adhere on the edges. And of course, I'm going to go around all the edges with a gold pen. Gold or copper, depending on what you're doing, you know, let's see. Maybe copper might be good on this one. Okay. All right. All right. Got a lot of trash on the floor there. Okay. So now I do want to find a Nomi or two. All right, let me move see, here's all the papers we made today. So these will all go in my stash. So next time I need these colors, which will be when I start working on these other 6 discs. When I work on these other 6 discs that are kind of coordinating with this one, I'll have them already made. I already have a bunch of papers made. All right, let me look at the chat. Let me get a sip of water. That's how you, Shelly. Let me add a little more water. That lemon is strong. And lemon water gives me the hiccups too. All right, let's see. Hang on, I'm gonna come over here to my books. I gotta step over all the stuff I'm just working on. And let me see if I can find one of the gnome, something gnomey. I don't want really dragons. I could do dragons and stuff, but let's see. Come on, digging through the books. Oh, it's autumn. I really want to find still looking, still pulling them out here. Let's see. This one may not have enough fall colors, but I'll pull that one. Let's see. I'm still digging. The mushroom one is sometimes, the mushroom one has gnomes in it too, but let's see what I can find in this one. Oh, this might have a lot of pink, but let's see what. I know it froze again. Okay, let's see. This may have, yeah, this is going to have it's too pink. I might have to look, let me look in the mushroom book for a gnomey, a little gnomey. Let's see. Mushroom book is right down here. And then the next thing I want to do is something out of shrooms and blooms. Oh, I also got this tree one. Let's see. So let's go ahead and look in these. So I keep them all in plastic things like this, because then when I cut them up, they can all be, in here rather than flying around off the shelf. All right, let's see if I can find a gnome. Just a little gnomey for this. Let's see what we got here. I mean, this is mostly mushrooms. Like this girl here, she would be good. She might be good in here. We'll see. I'll kind of trim her out just to see. Although I think her mushroom needs to be turned to orange. Let's see here. That's cute. Little hedgehog is cute, but I really want a person or a gnome. And I'm not seeing any gnomes in this one. Okay, I guess we're going to roll with her. Oh, wait, let me look at the tree here. I got tree and autumn. Let's see if in the tree book. Is there any gnomes? That's cute. There might be a little person in the tree book. No, not seeing one. Oh, look, here's one of Miriam's. I cut these out. I gave a whole bunch of these away last week. Here's one of Miriam's flowers. Love that. Needs to go in my little postcard area. All right, let me get my little scissors here and trim this. Curious to you, what happens to these Discworlds when they're done? Some I give away. I haven't really sold any of these yet, but I have them all. I keep them on here. Let me grab one of these. I keep them on these plate stands. See? I've given quite a few of them away to my, I don't do Patreon, but channel supporters, different sizes, give them to channel supporters. Denise and Samantha have them. So I have quite a few that are just sitting over there at the moment. But, Christmas is coming up. So, all right, let's cut this out. So I will have plenty of stuff for Christmas gifts. I like them on the plate stands. You can hang them on the wall too. But I like them on those black wrought iron plate stands. It just kind of fits, kind of fits the vibe with those plate stands. Okay. She's going to have to be I don't like something dead center, but it's almost like, she's going to have to fit in here somewhere, like maybe over this mushroom or sitting by that mushroom or on that mushroom, maybe right there. I think she needs to go right there. A little bit, see if I would have planned it out a little better. She would have gone behind this mushroom, but I could put another mushroom over that. But you can't, once you've glued these down and mashed it down with a card, there's no picking it back up. So I think she's going to go right here, and I might find one other little mushroom to kind of go right over the top of her. So, because I'm going to cover that mushroom up right there, but she needs to fit right there. So I'll put her right here, and let me get the mushroom book back out. And finds another little mushroom for right there. All right, let's see. Then we're going to start painting. I got the little frog. So the frog and the girl, that's good. Let's see, maybe I kind of like that one. And I want to cover up that mushroom there. It needs I want it pink. So this one maybe right there. I'll just look through here. Hang on. Decisions. This one would be good. Okay. I think I'm going to use this one for her. Hang on, guys. I'm going to go over that mushroom. Get rid of the pink. Okay, now I've got to find one that's kind of over her body right there. This one's not quite big enough. Let's start at the beginning here. Get a little frog. See, this is the kind of stuff I love doing, but it does take a hot minute. I don't want it green because it'll get lost in her dress. Trash. Hang on. Give me a second. Okay, almost. We're going to need a little bit, like more flat one like that, but that's a little too big. I have 2 of these books. As you can see, I cut them up a lot. Might have to get into the other one. Maybe this one I could cut down a little. I think so. I'll keep looking while I've got the book right here. I want to get it too yellow. I might have to dull that one down a little. Just talking to myself here. Okay, I think we'll roll with this one. All right, hang on. Okay. Hi, CB. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, CB. Hope you have a great day. All right, let's see. Let's trim it down a little bit more. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, I think I'm done with that card. I'll throw that away. And let's clean off the brush and put that. Now, if I clean the brush off, get the excess glue off, then I'll put that. Now I can put this in the water and get a paintbrush. I mean, a brush to paint with. Let's see. Let's get a couple different sizes here. I'll maybe these 3 here. Okay. All right. I can move this off the table. Get this for the paint. Switchy-aroo around here. All righty. Happy not your birthday. Think what? Why do I think what? It's not her birthday? It's not CB's birthday? Okay, well, on Facebook thinks it is. You came up on Facebook. That's how I knew it was your birthday. Or that's what the Facebook said. Hang on, let me find it here. I don't know if I can bring it up in here. Yeah, Facebook said it was your birthday, and I wished you happy birthday, and so did some other people. Other people are wishing you happy birthday, CB, on Facebook. So, yeah. Now I can't probably find it right this second. But, yeah, other people are saying happy birthday to you, CB. Facebook Lives, I guess so. But people are telling you happy birthday. Well, have a good day anyway, CB. Because that's how I thought it was your birthday because Facebook told me it was. Because I sure don't keep up with everybody's birthday, without, some kind of notification. All right, so let's see. I want black. I want some midnight green. I'm just going to put these colors out here. Midnight green, and I probably want a little bit of this kind of green here. This is celery. I wish that would quit flickering. Let's see. See, because thanks anyway, all y'all. You're welcome. Oh, does I need to go there? All right, let's see what I want to start with. And I'll probably want some gold, maybe with Carrie's hydrangea here. All right, let's go ahead and start on here. Let's see what I want to do. All right, I'm going to start with some black around the edge. I could finger paint too. I finger paint and, blend with fingers and paint with brush and paint. I mean, brush and fingers. Because I can blend it into different, foresty world here. And I'm going to put gold around the edge. Gold or bronze? Let's see. Do I need to turn down the brightness just a tad, I think. Let's do that. There we go. There we go. I roll. Griffin? Anybody else coming in I missed? You got a big bowl of ice cream anyway? Let's see. I want to go ahead and pour out a little bit of gold too. So I'm just going to blend a forest. A little bit of the gold. Do I need to zoom? Maybe I should zoom in as long as I continue to move. As long as I continue to move the disc, because it'll go off. I'll go off camera if I'm not careful. I'll go off screen. So y'all have any questions or comments, or what are y'all doing today? Anybody doing anything? Devin, what are you going to do today on your stream? I'll wait and see what she says. These blend colors. Yeah, thanks, Susan. Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. And usually it's, because everything else has to be done first before I can get to this point. A lot of times we don't get to do a whole lot of this because we run out of time beforehand, But this is my favorite part, is, making the world. And right in here, I want that little light area in there. So what I'm going to do is almost make it look like there's a little opening right there. Kind of like maybe a door even. That would kind of be kind of cool. Like that's kind of like a little door right into there. Don't be afraid to paint over things. Just if you glued something down and that mushroom doesn't look good there, and you think, I don't need that mushroom, then just paint over it. That's one of the nice things, is you can just paint right over anything you want. Okay, so let's make this door like this. There we go. Like that. Could put some more little branches in there. All right, and I'll just use a baby wipe. Do I have one here? Let me get a fresh one. I need to get out another pack because this is the last of this box. And I'll just clean my brush as I go. I'll clean because it's a small brush. I can just clean it on a baby wipe as I go. If it gets too thick with black paint or whatever color, then I can go over here into the, clean it off. But let's see, not seeing anything in caps. All right, let's see. Let's get down in here. This has a little bit of paper that I missed cutting off. That's why I said if you take a, like an emery board that's made for acrylic nails, the real rough ones, you can sand these edges too. I'll get in here around the frog. And then I can come in here and do little, leaves and little, individual little things to help blend things together. I'm going to put some gold, more gold in here too. Okay, I think I need a little bit of orange, like, maybe a little orange and a little cinnamon stick. That's what that's called. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, a little bit of orange, a little bit of cinnamon stick. I thought about having some water in here, but I changed my mind. Could put some branches coming through here, maybe. A couple of, let's see. Let's get a little bit more green in there. And some of those mushrooms there. But have it kind of looks like a pile of fall leaves right there, maybe. I missed what Devin said she was going to do today. But that's what I do. I mean, I look away and somebody answers my question and then I'm back. I do try to watch, shout y'all out. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to make some of this a little, that's too light in there. So let's darken some of this up in here. A Halloween zine. Okay, thanks, Devin. A Halloween zine, guys. All right, a little bit in here. And you can take your time, as much time as you want to do these little details, painting in and around, and it's fun. It's relaxing. It's relaxing to me. I enjoy it. Okay, let's put a little darker right in here. Because I want to put a little bit of stencil, I think. I mean, Carrie's stamp in here somewhere. Around some of the edges. Okay, I covered up that little mushroom there. I didn't want to do that. And if you have matte medium over everything, you can wipe things back because the matte medium will allow you to do that. Hi, Colleen. Anne, are you coming on today? And if so, what are you going to do today? Anne, I think, comes on at 12:30, maybe 1. I never remember. I have to watch the recording of Anne's. There we go. So you just kind of look all around real carefully, every place that you think might need, you know, some paint. And I am going to edge it in gold. Let's see here. Let's put a little more dark down right in here. I might want some branches come through. Or I could put mist. Y'all know I like to put the mist. Should we mist it? Do y'all want some fog mist coming through here? All right, I'm going to have to turn it now to get up in here because the black, when it went black again. If I do this, then I definitely am sitting my arm down in paint. So I'm going to turn it upside down here for a minute just to get some of these edges. Hi, View. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Anybody else I missed coming in? Like I said, I try to catch everybody at the beginning of my stream to say good morning to everybody. But once I get started on stuff, you know, the chances are I'm going to miss saying hi to you once I start working. Okay, a little bit more black right in here. Right around that top of that mushroom, I want it dark. Put a little gold in there too. Hi, Joe Lude. Oh, I said hi to you earlier. Twinkling? Something's twinkling. All right, let's see. You mean like between the trees? Here? Okay, I want to clean that brush off and get a little lighter color right in here. Just so it's not white. All right, now I want to cover up this white line. This white line was on the page in the book. So now I'm just going to go ahead and paint that out. Might take two coats. I'll be kind of careful and get in between there. A little bit of the orangey color right in here. Let's let that dry, and then I'll get in there with some detail just to get rid of that line. But it's going to take 2 coats to fully get rid of it. Hi, Amy. Good to see you. How you been? I haven't even seen you over at. Have you been over at Mike's on? Has he been doing what do you call it? You know, the weekly drawing show. Has he been doing that lately? I don't think I've seen it, but no, don't think I've seen it lately. I've seen his other show, but I don't think I've seen his drawing show. What's a zine? It's like a mini magazine. While this is drying, I'll take a minute. I'm going to wash my hands real quick, guys, because they're getting kind of caked. And I'll pull a zine to show y'all. Hang on. From one of our zine swaps. Hang on. Let me wash my hands. The hardest thing to get off your hands is the golden matte medium. I have to take fingernail polish remover to get it off your hands. It doesn't just roll off like regular glue does. It's very, I don't know if you can see on my fingers. It's very, it's hard to get off your hands. I have to, like I said, take fingernail polish remover to get it off. It doesn't bother me while I'm working, but if you see my fingers look crusty, That's why. Until I take fingernail polish remover to it, it's going to be there. All right, let's see. Let me get my zine box. Take a little break here for a minute. How do y'all are y'all liking this so far? And I'm going to use some of this that in a minute. Stamp. So let me get out my zine box. I got 2 zine boxes that Janet has made me. Let me back up the camera a minute. Let's back the camera up so you can see the full effect. All right. So what's a zine? These are my 2 zine boxes that Janet has made for me. I mean, she didn't just cover boxes, people. These are not just covered boxes. These are actual built boxes. She built the boxes. All right, let's move this over here a minute. Little pumpkins rolling around. So this is zine box 2 and zine box. Where does it say it on the first one? Here, zines. So a zine is like a mini magazine. It's like a little you can tell little stories. We usually have themes when we do it. So these are this number 2 here's not filled yet, but I put these little books in there to hold it until I start filling this up. But yeah, so these are some of our zines. I'll just do this one here because it's got the most in it. And we usually just do a simple zine fold with an 8.5 by 11. The screen. This is so annoying when my screen goes black and freezes for you guys for even 2 seconds. It's just if it only did it a couple times, but it's going back to doing it like every couple of minutes. It's freezing. So what we'll have to have a box to start. Well, you don't have to have a box. I didn't have a box till Janet made me one. They were just bundled up with rubber bands. But let me show you. Let me find one of Janet's here because, I love Janet's. Let's see. Which one do I really want to do? She's done a few on just her own, like without being... Okay, here, let's go to this one. All right. And this is all her handwriting. This is her own handwriting, guys. This was the swap from, and she had a little cover for it too. Now I don't know where the cover is. And I love this. I love the duck one too. I love this one too. And I've read both of these. Janet even makes little covers for hers, like here. I think I'll read. Well, I like this one too. It's funny, but this is one of my all-time favorites. Is this one here, and Janet makes them look like little newspapers. Okay, she makes hers look like this was the prompt zine. Okay, this was the prompt one where I gave out 3 prompts. Was it 3 or 5 prompts, and everybody had to do their own based on their prompts. They got individual prompts. This one was the fairy tale zine swap. This one was from 2014, and Janet made little covers for hers that look. Here's a little milk, remember when they used to put missing kids on the milk cartons? If y'all are old enough to remember that. Okay. I'm going to read one just so y'all can kind of get an idea. Now, let me preface it by saying Janet zines are extraordinary. These are not your everyday. I'll show you some other ones of the normal people make. But I love Janet's zines. So I'm going to read one, okay? And it is tiny writing, so I'm going to bring it right up to my face right up here. And hopefully y'all can see. Let me see. How's it looking? Let me turn up the brightness just a tad, maybe. There we go. All right, so I'm going to read. So she makes it look like a little newspaper. And it's called the Duck Daily Times. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. Otherwise, I'm going to just kind of... Duck one's your favorite too, CB? Exactly. I love this one. So it's from Denmark, April 17th, 1849. And if I miss any words or dates or anything, it's because I can't hardly see them. This is all her handwriting. She hand wrote all this, people. By Hans, it's probably Hans Christian Andersen. While most of the local ducklings have already emerged from their shells, this mother duck patiently awaits the joyous cracking of her final and noticeably larger than normal egg. April 18th, 1840. I think it might be 40. I think it's 49. It might be 44. But anyway, it's all the same year until the new year. Duck Daily Times. Mother duck speaks out. Following up on the late birth of the mother duck in our cover story from yesterday, the mother duck expressed her dismay over the duckling's treatment within the community, stating that some went as far as to call him ugly. Local duck goes missing. Our distraught mother duck reports today that her large drake duckling has run away. She suspects that the endless name calling, taunting, and bullying about his appearance was the cause of his disappearance. Please notify authorities if you see the missing duckling. April 23rd. Exclusive missing duck sighting with the Wild Duck Gang. In an exclusive interview with the spokesperson for the Wild Duck Gang, reported that the ugly duckling hung out with his gang for 2 days in the Moors area. He was quite large, but did not speak of his plight and just disappeared again. June 20th. Goose hunters see missing duck. And the duck's sitting there thinking, let me be thankful. I'm so ugly. Even a dog will not bite me. Local hunters said the ugly duck was swimming with the geese and appeared quite content until the shooting started. The duck hid in the reeds, and even the dogs didn't flush him. His whereabouts remain unknown. Ugly duck, the Duck Daily Times, September 20. I'm waiting for the little freeze to go by. It froze again. Ugly duck rejects attempted adoption. A local woman reports that the ugly duck squatted at her house for 3 weeks, never laid a single egg, and has since disappeared. Again, seemingly misunderstood. Contact authorities if you have any information of his whereabouts. January 17th, 1845. Farmer revives frozen duck. Look how she did the Gothic couple. Oh my gosh. This farmer brought the ugly duck home in a hydrothermic state, close to death. However, the farmer's wife is fuming because a duck destroyed her milk, her butter, and her meat barrel in an attempt to escape. April 17th, 1845. Ugly duck presumed dead. It's been several months, and with the harsh winter we're enduring, locals are now presuming that the ugly duck did not survive his ordeal. In happier news, the local swan population has reported a beautiful newcomer in their midst. Isn't that awesome, guys? That's a zine. That is a zine. And again, she packaged them all in the milk cartons. So yeah, so that's one of Janet's. And again, Janet's are extraordinary. I mean, she's done ones on where she lives on Monkey Island, and and that's all her handwriting. I probably have about 10 maybe of Janet's. Here's just a whole bunch of different ones. Here's another Monkey Island one. Monkey Island. And she has a little story about Monkey Island and the creatures that are there. So let me flip through here. And this was her ghost one. I think this was the Halloween one from, this is another one of her envelopes there. I need to get them in order. Here's where she did a little trick-or-treat bag. She did a little trick-or-treat bag for her zine. That was a ghost zine. So this was her Halloween zine. And trick or treat, happy Halloween, smell my feet. This was from 2020, and it was packaged in the little brown bag. All right, let me see. Let me pick out a couple other people's here. Let's see. Well, here's one that I did. This was one of mine from the 3 prompts. This was the 3 prompts, 20. This was last year. And my prompts that I got, and I randomly drew them on stream. Everybody got a prompt, 3 prompts. I randomly pulled them out of the bowl, and you had to make a zine based on those 3 words. My 3 words were walrus, lime green, and musical instrument. So here was mine. So, yeah, there's my walrus thinking up a song. I am the walrus. I am he, and you are he. I am he as you are me. And we are all together. I'm the Eggman. They are the Eggman. I am the walrus. Goo goo goo. And I just put some more of the lyrics of the song. I put some more of the lyrics of the song in there and did a walrus playing the violin, and that was my zine for the 2023 3 prompt. So yeah, whose is this one? Whistle while you work. Who is this one? This was Terry Brett. All right, so Terry Brett. This was one of Terry Brett's Whistle While You Work. And her 3 prompts were masks, brush, and whistle. And so this was Terry Brett's zine. Come on, get smart. She's tune up and start. She's whistling. And whistle while you work. So she's cleaning. I guess she's cleaning up or sweeping up the museum. So that was Terry Brett's. Let's see. Who else do I have in here? Right here. So anyway, I've got tons of them. I think this one was Christopher. Christopher had a couple of different ones. Let's see. Who else do I have here? Oh, this one I love. And it's not put together. It's not folded well. But I love this one from Lucy Jane. And Lucy Jane's really not around anymore. I hope she's okay. But this was one that we did in 2013. We froze again. This was one of the first zines I think we'd made. And again, I made a copy of it, and I did not fold it well. So don't look at the fold. But this was from 2013. And this was her first zine, and she said she couldn't do it. Well, here's what she did. It was Dee Dee's Coffee and Art Express. And so she's right here. She's got all her cats. I think she had 4 or 5 cats at the time. And again, don't look at the fold because I did not fold it well. All right, so here she's getting up and she's thinking, or she's turning on the computer and she hears me say, coffee and art in the morning. Oh, what a day, a beautiful day. So she's turning on her computer right there. And here she's saying, crazy mad skills in this group. Wow, I never could draw, so I can't blame my stroke. And I'm a little lazy. And she's listening to the computer again. A really simple swap. Doesn't have to be fancy. No staples, no binding, easy copy paper. She's listening to me while she's making her coffee, right? And again, I know that this is not folded right. I did say, and look, she even put my striped sleeves, just like Lisa made. And I said, I want these handwritten. If your writing is terrible, I don't want to hear it. And so she's, did a little desk thing. She's watching me on the computer. I don't care if you draw like a 3-year-old. And she's thinking, I was thinking 5 years old. And then I said, one piece, hang on, I got to get to the rest of the writing because I didn't fold it well. One side, one piece of paper. If it's too much pressure, don't email me. And then she said, Dee Dee, you're a class act. And I said, only one quote. You only had to do one quote. Remember, this is fun. And then she's folding her zine over here. If I wait till I'm ready, I'll never get started. and says, thanks for lighting the fire. And yes, this was a lot of fun. So this was her first zine that she ever made. And again, she folded hers neater. I made a copy of it and did not fold it neat. So anyway, there's some samples of some of the zines. We've been doing them apparently since 2013. And so, yeah, so for those of y'all that wanted to know what a zine was, oh, wait. Let's put Praying Mantis Coconut Telegraph. This is, I won't read it, but this is another one of Janet's. She got Praying Mantis. What did she get? Praying Mantis. I forget now. And but these are some of hers, and she has a whole story. She has a little help. Well, this is a news. Remember, she makes hers to look like newspapers. She has a help wanted in her newspaper. Babysitter, contact Paco's mom. 1-800-BAD-KIDS. Teacher, school year for 2022. Miss Millie's lifespan is expected to expire, so they need a new teacher. Beach cleanup, counselor, photographer. So, Janet's a character. And so I love my zine boxes. I have 2 of them now because this one's packed full. So, yeah. So for those of y'all that wanted to see what a zine was, I hope that helped. Okay, so those go on my shelf. Let's get back to finishing this painting here. I want to finish working on this. I wanted some of this gold paint or some around the edges. So what I need to do though, I am going to get out. This is a Carry the Crafter stamp, and I'm going to do a Carry the Crafter trick. I could probably just use one of this little one here. I'll go ahead and use this one. So this is a Carry the Crafter trick. Well, I say tip. I'll say a tip. And I may have known about it years ago, back when I was jelly plating years ago. Not a lot these days, but he uses one of his smaller jelly plates as a palette. And that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to get some of my best, the Emperor's Gold. This one's almost empty. I hope there's enough in here to do this little bit here. So he uses a separate little jelly plate, and Devin may do this too. I don't know. This is where I saw it on Carrie's show. So hang on, my book is falling over on my feet. Let me move this out of the way. Hang on. I have my other little portfolios and books right here, but if I don't put them away, they're falling at my feet. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna put some out now. Let's see. And now I need something to brayer off on here. Let's get something here. Back here. All right. So I don't need a lot for what I plan on doing, but I wanted to use his stamp because I thought it would just be perfect for this edge. So I'm just going to get some. See how I'm picking up? This is the best way to pick up foam stamp, acrylic paint on foam stamps, is to do it on your jelly plate. If you use a sponge, which is fine, but you're going to get it in the middle. Ink is good too, but I don't want ink because I'm going to varnish this. If I used like Distress ink, if it gets wet, it's going to run. So I want to use acrylic paint. And this is the best way to get the neatest pickup, if you will. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and in just a little bit of areas, not too much, I want a little bit of the gold here. Now remember, this is a 3-dimensional, it's not flat. Okay, so I just want a little bit here and there around the edge. And I'm kind of twisting it so it has a little bit of variety in the edge. See how it's going to have gold around the edge there? See, I need a little bit right there. Okay. And it's wet. So while it's wet, because I have matte medium, if I get some I don't like somewhere, I can just wipe it off. Oh, I got to finish this real quick. I'll come back to right in here because I got to finish painting out that white line. Okay, let's go back up here. I think I want to cover this up. Hang on, let me get a little piece. I want to cover this up right there so I can just get right in that area. Just kind of mask it off a little. Hang on, I'm not looking at chat for just a second. Oops, that's a little thick right there. Let me get my baby wipe, wherever it might be. Do I have one here? Ah, here we go. That got a little thick right there. So I'm going to wipe that off and do that again. Oops, still a little thick. I'm going to turn the stamp to another area. Okay. And maybe one little place right there. All right, so there we go. So it's just kind of all around the edge. Does that look cool? Does it need some white in there? I think it does. Let's turn this over. Let me get a little piece of something here. Just kind of cover this up. I want it kind of light. Don't want too much. Let's see here. There we go. Just that little bit. See, I got it too thick again right there. Okay. All right. Let's use the back side. Okay. There we go. All right. So how's that look? Nice touch, right? All right. So now give me a minute to clean up a little bit here. Let me clean off my brayer and clean up just a little bit. I am going to go quickly wash this off in the bathroom because I don't want to. These foam stamps, you do want to keep them clean with the acrylic paint. Okay, there's my little brayer cleaned off. All right, let me go clean this off. Let's see. Let me just use some of this here. I'll just pick up that gold because look, that's a lot of pretty gold. Let's use it. Let's use it up as much as we can because I'll use these. I'll use this later on another piece. All right, let's put that down here. And let me just get off the excess around the edges. All right, there we go. Now, I have a few other things I want to do on here. I think I want to put the gold. I'm going to dry it. I need to fix that line. I'm going to put gold around the edge. And I'm going to put a mist through the whole thing. Let me go clean this off real quick. Hang on. Be right back. Just a second. Okay. Okay, cleaned off my stamp. Put it back in the stamp drawer. One of them. I got a couple stamp drawers. And get off the excess paint as much as I can. I'll take fingernail polish remover to get all the crusty, what do you call it, matte medium off my hands. All right, now let me move this out of the way. Let me dry. Hi, Beth. Anybody else I missed coming in? Okay, and there's a couple little little places. See where I didn't quite cut the little paper edges right there very well? So that's where if you take, I keep a little piece of the kind of, what do you call it? Made for acrylic nails, and it's rough enough to just to go along the edge and kind of smooth out smooth out your edges, and it kind of helps adhere the paper and everything extra well to the board. I did cut it pretty well. There's just a couple places. But this is a good idea to make it nice and secure so that your paper doesn't kind of come up on the edges. Right there. Okay, I think I got it. I'm going to take my damp paper towel and just get, any dust off of there. Okay, I'm going to take this. I'm going to remove my, what do you call it, paper here. And we'll keep this for another drop cloth, if you will. All right, now I'm going to let me find one of my gold. Let's see which one of these are working the best here. Let's see which one of these. Before I do that, let me go ahead and do the mist. I think I want to do some mist. So I don't have a clean spine. I might need a different. Let me get another tray. There's not really much room on there to put some white paint. I don't want to get any colors. So let's just put out just a little bit of white. I got to open up another pack of baby. Oh, wait, I do have one baby wipe here left. And I take a baby wipe. Let me think for a second because I want to decide where I want it to go. I think I want it coming out from behind here. Maybe coming in here. Let's see. Let me just think for a second where I want the mist to go. I think if it's coming out here and around there and around here, maybe. All right, so I'm going to mash some white paint into my baby wipe. That's why I do this, to mash the paint into the baby wipe. Okay, and I'll start real light. I can always add more in it later. And I'm going to, see, now I got some on there. Let me just wipe that off. It'll come off because it's got matte medium on it. Okay, so I'm going to come out this door here. And I think it's going to come around this way. Maybe I could just kind of go over that area right there. And then come around, let's see, behind her. Through this door here. Maybe come around a little this way. Something like that. Kind of behind that frog, maybe. All right, now let me thin this up a little. I want it real kind of, foggy, misty. It's going to come, I don't want it right there. I want it coming out that door. Coming out that door and then around behind the frog here. Out that door. Coming out that door. There we go. Something like that. To make it softer. I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Mystery solved on birthday. It is. Oh, it's okay, Carol's birthday. Okay. Well, I'll have to go tell her happy birthday too, CB. Oh, okay. All right, I think that's all the mist I want. That's misty enough. Okay, so now let's dry this. And now let's see which one of these is working the best. Which one of these gold pens? All right, and I'll just go ahead and just kind of turn the, I'm going to kind of do this all the way around. Okay, so there's a little piece there that didn't get glued down. So let me take my diamond glitter, what is it called? Art glitter glue. Go right there. And any other place I miss, I'll go back and glue down. Okay. And when I varnish it, everything will get nice and glued down as well. There we go. All right. What kind of gold did I use? This, you mean? Or the gold paint, Beth? Which gold are you talking about? The gold paint? The gold paint is Emperor's Gold. Let's see, is it Splendid Gold? Emperor's Gold. The Splendid Gold or Emperor's Gold? Emperor's Gold. Deco Art Emperor's Gold for the paint when I stamped with the foam stamp. And then these are just, I'll just use whatever. These are Krylon, but I'll use whatever kind of metallic. Yeah, these are just this is Krylon, but I have other brands too. Okay, so then when this kind of sits for a minute, I'll also do the edge. I'll go all the way around the side edge. And then when I paint the back, I won't paint the back until after the varnish is dry. Because when I'm varnishing, some of the varnish might get on my hands and then it'll get on the back. Well, if I've already painted this black, then the varnish is going to be, on there. So I wait on that. Okay, now what's that there? That looks like a little something. I don't know if there's just a little. Let me get my little brush here. That needs to be painted in. I don't know if I did that or if I just missed a spot but I don't like that. That's too light right there. Let's just let's get rid of that white dot. It's just too much. Okay, that's better. And then back over here, even though I missed it over it already, that's probably going to be okay. But I need a little bit of filler on that white line. Then I can go back over it with my mist. Okay. All right, let me pick up a little bit more of the white on this while my baby wipe is damp still. There we go. All right. That's good. All right. And then if I want any little bit of highlights on the mist, I can take a Posca. Let me see. Let me find a Posca here. Yes, the Deco Art, metallic Deco Art, Beth. Yeah. If I just want a little bit of highlight in here. Kind of feather that out just a little. Let me do it with the baby wipe. It's easier to feather out with the baby wipe. Just an extra little highlight on the top. There we go. And then maybe right here. That's good. Maybe one more right in here. All right, there we go. Any more questions or anything, guys? You don't have any questions or comments? Let me know. Let's see. Your new thing. I really like the way this one turned out too. I'm doing 6 of them in the series. 6 different ones. I think it needs just a tiny touch of gold on that door frame. Let's see. Let me get a thin. Do I have a thin brush over here? Let me find one with a liner, like a liner brush. Something very, very thin. Here we go. Just roll that through there. I just want a very, very thin. Right along that door frame. I'll probably be the only one that notices it. I don't know if I want any branches. Could put some branches. I thought about doing a few more branches coming through, like coming across here. I'll let it rest for the day before I do anything else to it. So, hi, Lindy. How you doing? Goldie. I said hi to Barbara. Hi, Beady Eye Beth. The crackle effect in the stamp is really cool looking. Yeah, I think it's called a hydrangea stamp, I think. And then if there's any little areas here that I might think, well, maybe this needs to kind of come, I'll just pick up some paint and I can just kind of, continue those little crackles right into that mushroom there. If I didn't quite stamp it well enough here, I'll just go ahead and put in a few little extra crackles. Kind of make them all join together here. And again, nobody probably noticed this but me. So thanks everybody for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks, everybody, all the lurkers. And I did enjoy using Devin's stencil for dragon eyes, I think is what it's called, to make some of the papers. Some of the, and again, you really don't see where I used jelly plated deli papers, but I know they're under there. Y'all know they're under there now because y'all saw me make them and glue them down. So just kind of connecting some areas there. Just going all the way around. Any place it looks like it just might need another little piece of something. Maybe just a little under that mushroom there. All right, guys. Well, if nobody has any questions or comments or anything, I'll head on out. I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Remember to continue to keep all those in recovering from the floods and hurricanes in your prayers. And I keep asking y'all to pray for Debbie Bruce and anybody else that y'all, want to make sure they're covered in prayer. All right, I think that's good. I don't want to add any. I don't think I want to add any more. So you're welcome, and don't forget Anne comes on here shortly. Devin's at 2:30. Y'all go check out Tori, the Artful Dabbler on Instagram, Terry Brett, Deb E. Check each other out on the socials. And go ahead and just go ahead right now and just wish CB a happy birthday again. Even though it's really okay Carol's, not CB, but anyway. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a great rest of your day, and be nice to each other and do something nice for everybody today. And y'all have a blessed rest of your week. Aw, thanks, Judy. Oh, all right, guys. Wait. I know Lisa's not here right now. Hi, guys. Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.